Hello, I'm Toycat, and ever since 1.16 officially came out, I've been loading up a lot of random Minecraft seeds to try and see how fast I can beat the game, trying to improve my random seed glitch this time to perhaps be the best in the world at it for Bedrock. It's an upcoming goal of mine, but a little side effect of that goal is because of all these seeds I've loaded up, over 100 in fact, I found some pretty good Nether update seeds that I'd like to share, and I figured rather than just sharing one at a time, why not give you 5 great Nether update seeds all in one video. All of these were wonderful delights that when I stepped into for the first time, I enjoyed to no end, and maybe you'll do so at the end of today's video, because isn't it great when you go through a portal and end up straight in a Nether fortress? And what if I said this was one of just 5 wonderful things that you'll see in today's video? Well, let's dive straight into it, shall we? So, hello, I'm Toycat. Welcome back to Seed Sunday, the weekly series where I show you seeds for Minecraft, and today I was very tempted for my top 5 seeds to be like, well, beetroot seeds are great and so are wheat seeds, but you know, today I will treat you to a delight of a seed first of all, because usually I'm the person who says the perfect Minecraft seed doesn't exist, it's just an impossible thing to find, but this is such a great close alternative if you want a Nether update seed that gives you easy access to the Nether to just kind of try out some new features in a brand new Nether. What better world can you find? This is an overworld spawn that puts you this close to a lava lake, which is amazing for speedrunning, but also really useful for just going to the Nether. It spawns you this close to a village, which is really nice for, you know, taking some hay bales from them, but also just really nice if you want to do some trading in your life. And then it's this close to a savanna mountain, which again, just really nice for getting some trees and stuff. The best wood in my opinion, some nice acacia wood, but then it's also a savanna mountain biome, so one of Minecraft's prettiest, rarest biomes with some deep, luscious green, some mountains with some delightful views. All of that is next to each other at this spawn. It really is incredible. It really goes without saying that this is just an amazing find, and in case you think, oh yeah, well, you know, those things are nice, but they're not all too rare. Again, this isn't a seed that I would recommend showing too much by itself because it's just good. In a lot of ways, it's not exceptional until you realize that, oh yeah, it's also a giant flower forest that leads to a second village nearby spawn, in case you don't like one village. Which I'd have to say you're pretty demanding if one village isn't good enough, but here's a second village next to the spawn as well, just in case you want it. This village actually intersects with a flower forest in such an interesting way. The two, again, the structure has degenerate planes, so you can see how there's flowers all over this village in a really interesting, unique way that shouldn't usually happen, but is a biome blend thing that you can see. See, it looks like this farmer villager is just going out picking flowers for the morning. Isn't that cute? And then also below this village, there is more lava. Again, useful thing for smelting, useful thing just to have. My Minecraft world has a lava pit right outside my house, and I benefit every single time I use that, right? There's also a ravine just to your left, and if you want to go just past the lava, which, you know what, sure, why not? You can also see how there's a bunch of caves over here, which go into that savanna end biome, which I just love on a lot of levels. Anyway, so the Nether is something that we really have to focus on for any Nether update seed. The more we ignore it, the more people say, I am never going to watch your channel again, Toycat. This Seed Sunday is never going to be the same. And you know what, you're right. So let's make ourselves a Nether portal, and let's show you what's on the other side. Because that's right, the amazing, perfect, almost overworld, you know, the really good overworld in so many ways is kind of ruined by the Nether, but that's my opinion. I don't like this in the slightest. This is the worst biome for me to spawn in, I might even argue. But, you know, if this is the thing that you love in the world, you love your basalt deltas, you love basalt, you love blackstone, then boy, do I have a treat for you. If you don't love the basalt and the blackstone deltas, then I've got a better treat for you. Because this second seed, as you can see, is a delight because you don't just spawn next to a ruined portal, one of Minecraft 1.16's newest features, but you spawn next to a giant ruined portal. A giant ruined portal which doesn't just give you a portal frame to build around, it doesn't just give you some extra obsidian around the place, but it also gives you some gold blocks. You might think to yourself, it's just 2 gold blocks, one up there, one down here, but there is also a sneaky 3rd gold block underneath this thing. It's going to be kind of tricky to get compared to the other 2, but still, it's 3 gold blocks at spawn. Let's not be, you know, beggars can't be choosers, except, you know, we're both a chooser. We're not a beggar at the slightest. We've got 3 gold blocks. That's 27 gold. Plus, we've got another bunch in here, plus some more obsidian, some flint and steel. It's just an amazing chest to spawn with. If you want to experience the Nether update, you can just go straight through here, because there is enough lava nearby this spawn that if you want to make the obsidian and want to make this portal, you can. It would admittedly be kind of tricky. You'd have to, like, wall it off and make sure you did things right. But the fact that you can make a Nether portal without going more than 5 blocks away from spawn is hilarious in my opinion. One of my biggest regrets to loading up this seed was I really messed it up. I covered the water, I covered the lava with water, made some obsidian, ruined my ability to actually go to the Nether. But if I had gone to there, what would I have found? Thank you for asking, internet friend, because I would have spawned apparently in the middle of a... Well, you know, okay. I'm slightly less sad about this. However, as you can see, spawning surrounded on all 4 sides by warped forest is actually pretty impressive. Okay, you know what? 3 of the 4 sides is warped forest. The other side is crimson forest. So Minecraft's best Nether biomes, in my opinion. Delightful. Having a Nether portal be in the middle of all these things is so bad for speedrunning. I want to just throw that out right now. If you want to beat Minecraft fast, not a good seed. But if you want to build a base and have your Nether portal, your center of your world be based around that, and have just delightful things all around you, this is such a good build suggestion. In fact, let me show you little doodles on screen right here. Imagine this, right? You got yourself a portal, you build a little glass box around it, and then that's going to be your main portal room. You have a little chest room in there maybe. Then you have like your little survival base, your respawn anchor, and you know, your crafting tables, etc. You know, wouldn't you love that? Have a little bridge support going to all the major places. And then this could be the center of a lovely Nether hub, because also you'll notice how it's pretty close to 0, 0 in the Nether. This is a Nether that requires some work, but if you do some work to it, you'll go to some really great places. And I mean really great places. Seriously, look at this Nether. So I'll freely admit, the reason I fell in love with this next seed was not the fact that it had the perfect Nether. I know it's the Nether update, which we talk about the Nether, but you know, I need to call out a good seed when I see one, and this was a great example. So here is the spawn. As you can see, it's by the beach. People pay a lot of money to be by the beach in real life, and you know what? I have opinions about that, and you know, who's stopping me from airing them right now? I think living by the beach is a bad idea because, you know what, the beach is just a pool, but with sand. You know, sand's rough, it's coarse, it gets everywhere. No one wants it in their life, but for some reason, people think living by the beach is so cool. How often are you really going to go to the beach if you live there? No, it's going to get boring and unexciting, whereas you can have a better version of the beach, a pool, in your back garden. My assistant, the person editing this video, has one of those. That's how many toy bucks I pay. Enough money to make a pool in your back garden. But just like people who think living by the ocean is a good idea, I think this seed is a delightful thing for kind of dumb reasons. Because if we go this way, you can see how there's pretty much nothing until all of a sudden, out of the blue, you see a village. And that village just so happens to intersect with a swamp. For the most part, actually, most of this village is a swamp village, which means you're going to find swamp villagers. We've spoken about that before. But let's talk about the real amazing stuff here. It's the fact that there is, in the middle of this village, which again is posh in the swamp, already amazing, there is a witch hut. There is a witch chilling in the middle of this village, which again, hilarious by itself to see all of, like, you know, the witch has found her home in the middle of all these guys. It's hilarious the fact that, you know, that witch from that store Saturday a few weeks ago, who was having trouble finding a house to live in, had to destroy them all. Notice how she found her house right here. What a delight. But then even better than, you know, this stuff, the fact is you just have these biomes smushed together and you have this delightful, you know, place, which also, I have to mention, this is even better, has a lava pit right here. So if you want to set up a house near this zombie village, convert it. I'll admit, it's a bit of a renovation project. You got to heal a lot of villagers to make this work. You got to reinstall a bunch of doors, but it's an opportunity to make the village nicer. And once you do, everyone will know that you did make the village nicer because it'll have brown windows and because it'll have mossy cobblestone. Actually, maybe it's a better idea to just put mossy cobblestone in an existing village. You know what, just my point is, let's go to the Nether and let's discuss what's over there. Oh, I guess we don't talk about the Nether on this seed, huh? I mean, it's like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but I mean, it's definitely not the best. This is a tragic Nether spawn. You spawn down in a basalt deltas, a decent away from any other biome, and then when you do find another biome, it's a Nether wastes. So, you know, this is a Nether wastes of a seed that you should check out anyway. But you know what you shouldn't check out? I mean, besides books from the library that you don't intend to return, every now and then I get a message from my school that doesn't even exist anymore that is just like, hey, I lost a lot of money. When's that book coming back? And you know what? That's just something you don't want to deal with on your conscience. Just like how you don't want to deal with missing out on this seed. So, as you can see, you spawn not too far away from a village. I'll admit it's a 100-block walk. Who can be dealing with that? But I'll also admit that it's not the only nice feature on this seed, because villages are nice, I mean, yeah. But if every seed that had a village near spawn was great, then boy, I could show you a top 100 Actually, I guess it'd be like top million, but of all the people who just send me a seed being like the village is the best bit, you know, there aren't many great seeds like that, but this seed, as you can see, has a ravine here, and then a second ravine over there, kind of making this weird, again, I can't know how to describe it, like opposite angled brackets. It's like an equal sign, but it's curving up and down. I bet if you look at if you made like some eyes there, you can make a frowny face or a happy face. Anyway, you know, the shape of these ravines is not the key thing. The key thing is you can use these to go to the Nether, and if you do, then you'll have a delight, because not only can you get 6 diamonds, by the way, I remember that was such a treat. 6 diamonds for free. All you gotta do to get there is climb down, or even if you have a water bucket, just slowly push the water over there. 6 diamonds. Shall I repeat that again, actually? 6 diamonds. 6 diamonds. Diamonds, how many of them? 6. How many diamond ore do you get for free in the side of this ravine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to confirm, you get 6 diamonds, like 6, like double as much as 3, half as much as 12, 1 million for 6 million, but 6 times as many as 1. For free on this seed, just for going in this ravine, which again you can get to in a lot of ways. It's pretty easy. 6 diamonds. That's a sword, a pickaxe, and a shovel. 6 full-on diamonds, like double as many as you need for a pickaxe, an enchantment table, but then also a sword. You know, if you want netherite tools, you're gonna need some diamond, and there's 6 of them at these coordinates. Just to reconfirm, there is 6. You can see how it doesn't go further into the wall. 7 would be better, but it's a lot better than 5. Better than 4 as well. Not as good as 8. You know, it's no 9, but it's 6 diamonds that you find here in the wall. I read a few complaints about the pacing in my videos recently, so I hope that little segment there makes those people, you know, reconsider their opinions. You know, what do you do with constructive criticism? You make fun of them, and you get them to stop watching your channel. That is the only adult thing to do. Thank you very much, friends. Anyway, so what happens when you go to the Nether? You already know, but let's show you. You do it pretty much anywhere around here. Like, it doesn't have to be the exact coordinates I did. Let's just build one right here. We have to place a few blocks there. Here's a nice little portal, or a nice big portal, I should say. And if we go through it, what do we end up in? Wow, what are the odds? We end up straight in the middle of a Nether fortress, because the Nether fortress covers so perfectly where the ravine is, on quite a bit on each side. So you spawn into a Nether fortress, which is such a delight on any night or day, really. But the wonderful thing about this is it's a Nether fortress which connects, it's kind of like the previous seed, but it builds the bridges for you. It bridges over to a crimson forest if you want it to. On this end, you can see how it bridges over into, oh, another crimson forest. If you want it to, you can see how on this end, it bridges almost over to a different crimson forest and also a Nether waste biome. It is a huge Nether fortress. Obviously, finding Nether fortresses this big isn't the most rare thing in the world, but finding one that crosses across 3 different Nether biomes, finding one which is in this giant bit of lava and which your Nether portals, no matter where you start, honestly, will spawn somewhere near. And then on top of that, if you look down here, there's another ruin portal in the lava. So if you want a dumb project, it's kind of rewarding, I'd say. What you can do is you can try and look around here to try and find the chest, which is probably down there too. Actually, you know, is there a chest? I need to know. I bet there's a chest down here somewhere. I just can't see it right now. Aha! If you were willing to drain literally thousands of blocks of lava, you probably could just do a few and like dig specifically, you would find that there is, right down here, a chest. And I got rewarded so handsomely for that effort. Wow, 2 fire charges, a flint steel and obsidian. It's random every time you load that up, but still, that kind of hurts. But yeah, it's kind of cool to me that you can find an almost formed Nether portal down below the lava. Just a reminder about why sometimes you gotta dig down there. Also, it's kind of cool. Honestly, draining the Nether as a project, it's a dumb idea, but it's one you should totally consider, right? Like, it's just so fun. This Seed Sunday went off the rails today, huh? You know what? That's okay. What's the downside of going off the rails? You get more ideas for your survivor world, which we should all want anyway. Idea: make a Strider house in the overworld. Give him a fun little place to put his lava house in. You know, he needs some lava to enjoy, and he needs it in the overworld. You know, he's making great strides to helping you out you should make some great strides to helping him out, yeah? So I said that I was going for a world record recently, and I would like to confirm that was a little bit of a lie. I did actually break a world record on my stream. When I loaded up a brand new world for the first time, you can see this happened. Okay, hello, I'm IBX Toy Cat, and
Toy Cat tried to swim in lava.
What? Did you hear that? Right now? Fastest death in Minecraft. That's right, I died 2 seconds before Minecraft could load up the world. I died while the world was still loading in, which meant I got a negative 2 second fastest death timer. How fast do you think you can die in Minecraft? Is it 2 seconds before the world loads up? Because if it isn't, then you can't beat me. And obviously, the way this happens, in case you're curious, is I spawn, the spawn point for this world is roughly over here. And that means that sometimes when you spawn in, because the spawn isn't a fixed location, at least not by default, it means that sometimes when you spawn in, you instead spawn down here in the water, and when you spawn in that water, you're being pushed by default into this lava, and when you're pushed into lava, you know the rest of this, right? This is an amazing seed because the ability to die seconds after spawning, or the ability to die seconds before spawning, is an incredible one. Again, we've shown off seeds on this channel that push you towards your death, but this seed, because of the way Minecraft loads, doesn't even give you a chance to consider that. It just goes, nah, you're dead. Also, interestingly, there's lava right here next to water. This can't happen naturally. If you break any blocks around it, it will break the lava and things will start to go weirdly. Well, that's meant to, it's meant to happen, but apparently not today. If we do that maybe, and nah, you know what, this lava, there we go. And now the lava's gonna interact correctly with the blocks around it. Or maybe, there we go. That's what's meant to happen, fun fact. Not what you saw right there. And yeah, also spawning with these caves. Really nice in my opinion. So yeah, this is one of the worst spawn points, but also that's what makes it one of the best seeds, because don't you love to have a bad spawn that makes everyone around you hate you? Well, I mean, I do personally. Maybe I'm just a bad person. I shouldn't have friends. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this week's Seed Sunday and the slightly shorter review of 5 separate seeds as opposed to focusing on one as we usually do in this series. And if you did enjoy it, let me know with a like or with a positive comment saying, wow, Toy Cat, the pacing of these videos sure is on point these days. I do love how they're just the right length and how not a second could be spent anywhere else. Every millisecond is essential. And I thank you very much for watching it, spending your time with me today, and I hope you choose to subscribe because our time is limited, and you know, choosing to spend it with me is something I appreciate from thee. Okay, goodbye. 6 is a really good number of diamonds to find, if we're being honest with ourselves, right? So many times you find 3 diamonds, 4 diamonds, and it's just, it's disappointing. Sometimes you find a single diamond, and it's just like, what am I gonna do with this Minecraft? So when you find 6, it's such a joy in my opinion. Because 6 is a, you know, obviously, it's the first number, which is neither prime nor square. That sounds fake, but think about it. It's a wonderful number for that reason. Also, the Egyptians used to think the number 360 was magical because it divided into so many other numbers. And although 6 is not 360, 360 does divide by 6. Also, a cube has 6 faces. A hexagon has 6 sides. You know, 666 is the devil's number, according to some religions. And you might therefore think that it's a bad number of diamonds to find, but I think all those other reasons make it much better. So yeah, did you know 6 diamonds is a good number to have?